Have you ever wondered what younger women truly want to hear from older men? It's not just about charm, compliments, or grand gestures. In reality, it goes much deeper. Younger women are often in a phase of life where they are exploring their identity, chasing their dreams, and figuring out what they want in relationships. When an older man steps into their life, they aren't just looking for someone to impress them. They want someone who understands them on a deeper level. But here's the problem. Many older men miss the mark. They assume younger women want to hear flattery, superficial praise, or outdated pickup lines. The truth is, what they truly crave is emotional depth, respect, and genuine connection. They want to feel heard, valued, and appreciated for who they are, not just their looks. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. The Stoics believed in authenticity, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, qualities that naturally attract women and create strong, meaningful connections. By understanding what younger women secretly want to hear and why, you can communicate in a way that builds trust, respect, and lasting connection. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 things younger women secretly crave to hear from older men, backed by psychology and timeless Stoic principles. Whether you're dating, in a relationship, or simply curious about human dynamics, these insights will help you communicate with confidence, integrity, and emotional intelligence. So if you've ever asked yourself, what does she really want to hear from me? This video is for you. Let's dive in and uncover the secrets to building a meaningful connection. Stay tuned. Number 1, I value your perspective. Imagine this. A 24-year-old woman, Emma, is sitting across from David, a 45-year-old man, in a quiet cafe. Their conversation is flowing, but Emma hesitates before sharing her thoughts on a deep topic. Her aspirations, her beliefs, her fears. She's used to people dismissing her ideas, assuming she's too young to have a meaningful perspective. But instead of brushing off her words or waiting for his turn to speak, David leans in slightly, his eyes focused on her. Then he says something simple yet powerful. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I really value your perspective. Emma pauses. For the first time in a long while, she feels truly heard. Why this matters, many younger women, especially those in their 20s, feel overlooked or underestimated in conversations, especially with older men. Society often reinforces the idea that wisdom comes with age, leaving younger women feeling as if their thoughts carry less weight. They crave a connection where they feel seen, respected, and understood, rather than being treated as naive or inexperienced. When an older man expresses that he values her perspective, it does more than just make her feel good. It sends a powerful message. Her thoughts matter. She is respected beyond her looks. She is more than just someone to be entertained. She is someone to be understood. The attraction behind intellectual respect attraction isn't just physical. It's deeply rooted in emotional and intellectual connection. Women are naturally drawn to men who not only listen, but also seek to understand their perspective. A man who can acknowledge and appreciate a younger woman's thoughts without dismissing them sets himself apart from others who only focus on superficial flattery. A younger woman may be used to hearing, "That's cute, but you'll understand when you're older. You're young, you'll change your mind. That's nice, but here's the real answer." These responses make her feel small, unheard, and undervalued. On the other hand, a man who says, "I never thought about it that way, that's a great perspective," makes her feel validated, intelligent, and respected. That level of respect naturally draws her closer. How Stoic wisdom reinforces this idea. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in humility, wisdom, and the ability to listen. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This applies perfectly here. Many older men assume they already know more than younger women, but the most attractive and respected men are those who are willing to learn from them. By adopting this mindset, an older man is not just seen as experienced, but wise, and wisdom is one of the most attractive traits to any woman. How to use this in real conversations. If you want to connect with a younger woman on a deeper level, practice these. Ask for her opinion. "What do you think about this?" Acknowledge her insights. "That's a really good point." Show curiosity. "I hadn't thought about it that way. Tell me more." Avoid dismissing her experiences. I get why you feel that way. By making a younger woman feel intellectually respected, you create an environment where she feels safe to open up, deepening your connection. Final thought. Telling a younger woman, "I value your perspective," isn't just a phrase, it's a mindset. It's about seeing her as an individual with unique insights, experiences, and ideas that are worth listening to. And when a woman feels heard and understood, she naturally becomes more drawn to you, not just as a man, but as someone who truly values and respects her mind. That's the foundation of a meaningful and lasting connection. Number 2, you inspire me. Picture this. Sophia, a 26-year-old ambitious entrepreneur, sits across from James, a 48-year-old successful businessman. They've been having deep conversations about life, goals, and personal growth. As Sophia excitedly shares her vision for her startup, she expects the usual response, perhaps polite encouragement or a patronizing nod. But James surprises her. He leans forward, his eyes filled with genuine admiration, and says, "You inspire me." Sophia pauses. She wasn't expecting that. Coming from a man she respects, these words strike deeper than any compliment about her appearance ever could. Why this matters for younger women, especially those driven by ambition and self-improvement, being seen as an inspiration is far more meaningful than being admired solely for their looks. Most young women are used to hearing, "You're beautiful," "You're so cute when you talk about your dreams," "That's adorable that you have such big goals." While compliments like these may sound nice, they can sometimes feel surface level, as if their deeper qualities are being overlooked. But when an older man looks at a younger woman and sincerely tells her, "You inspire me," something shifts. Suddenly she feels checkmark respected for her intellect and ambitions, seen for more than just her physical attractiveness, recognized as someone who can make an impact. The power of feeling like a muse. Attraction isn't just about chemistry, it's also about the energy a woman feels when she's around a man. When a younger woman feels that she is sparking inspiration in an older man, it creates a unique dynamic that makes the relationship exciting. Why? Because instead of feeling like just another admirer, she feels important, valuable, and influential in his life. A man who can genuinely say, "Your drive makes me want to push myself harder," or "The way you see the world gives me a fresh perspective," becomes irresistible because he is elevating her rather than merely observing her. The Stoic perspective on inspiration. The Stoics believed that inspiration doesn't just come from external achievements. It comes from virtue, character, and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This applies perfectly here. If a younger woman is striving to be a better version of herself, acknowledging her efforts and telling her she inspires you reinforces her path and strengthens your connection. Inspiration isn't about idolizing someone. It's about recognizing the qualities they embody, their courage, passion, discipline, and resilience. How to use this in real conversations. If you want to make a younger woman feel truly valued, go beyond surface-level praise and express why she inspires you. Acknowledge her work ethic. Your dedication is incredible. It's inspiring to see someone so committed to their goals. Appreciate her mindset. The way you handle challenges with such grace really motivates me. Highlight her passion. Your excitement about life makes me want to embrace new opportunities too. Show how she affects you. The way you think about things has genuinely changed how I see the world. When you frame your admiration around her inner qualities, she feels a sense of validation that deepens your bond. Final thought. Telling a younger woman, "You inspire me," is not just a compliment, it's an acknowledgement of her impact on your life. It shifts the dynamic from admiration to mutual respect and emotional depth. And when a woman feels like she is more than just admired, but truly valued for who she is and what she brings to the table, she will naturally be drawn to you in a way that is deeper and more lasting than any superficial attraction. That's the power of genuine inspiration. Number 3, I respect your independence. Imagine this. Emma, a 27-year-old lawyer, is sitting across the table from Daniel, a 50-year-old entrepreneur. They've been enjoying each other's company for weeks, but tonight, Emma shares something personal. "I've worked so hard to get where I am. I don't want to lose my independence just because I'm in a relationship," she says, half expecting Daniel to respond with something dismissive or condescending. But instead, he smiles and says, "I respect your independence. That's one of the things I admire most about you." For a moment, she's taken aback. Not only does he understand her, but he values her strength rather than feeling threatened by it. Why this matters? For many younger women, especially those focused on their careers, passions, and personal growth, independence is a core part of their identity. They've spent years building their careers, gaining financial and emotional independence, learning to make decisions for themselves. Unfortunately, they often meet men, especially older ones, who assume they need to be taken care of, guided, or controlled. But when an older man says, "I respect your independence," he is showing that he is different. He is not looking to control her. He is looking to walk beside her as an equal. What happens when you show respect for her independence? She feels safe to be herself. She doesn't have to shrink herself or compromise her dreams to fit into your world. She knows you won't try to limit her or make her feel guilty for focusing on herself. She sees you as secure and confident. A man who respects a woman's independence doesn't feel threatened by it. He doesn't need to control her to feel valued. He values her for who she is. She feels deeply understood. Many women are used to hearing men say, "Why do you work so much?" Or, "You don't have to do all that, I'll take care of you." When a man respects her drive instead of questioning it, he stands out from the rest. The Stoic perspective on independence. The Stoics valued self-sufficiency and autonomy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This idea is important in relationships, especially when an older man is with a younger woman. Instead of seeing her independence as a challenge to his masculinity, he should view it as a testament to her strength and character. A truly wise man does not try to possess or control a woman. He admires her ability to stand on her own and respects her choices, ambitions, and freedom. How to show that you respect her independence. Don't make her feel guilty for pursuing her goals. Example, "You work too much. You should just let me take care of everything." Do encourage her ambitions. Example, "I love how driven you are. It's inspiring to see someone so committed to their dreams." Don't assume she needs saving. Example, "You don't have to worry about that. I'll handle it for you." Do support her growth. Example, "I trust you to make the right choices for yourself. You know what's best for your life." A real-life example. A younger woman once shared a story about dating two older men. The first one constantly tried to control her, telling her to quit her job because he could provide for her. The second one said, "I love that you have your own path. I'd never want to stand in the way of that." Guess who she stayed with? The second man, because respecting her independence made her feel valued, not confined. Final thought. Telling a younger woman, "I respect your independence," isn't just a phrase, it's a mindset. It shows her that you value her autonomy, are confident in yourself, want to build a relationship based on mutual respect, not control. And when a woman feels respected for who she is, rather than pressured to fit into someone else's expectations, she will naturally be drawn to that person in a deep, lasting way. That's the power of true respect. Number 4, I'm in no rush. Real connections take time. Imagine this. Olivia, a 29-year-old artist, has been dating Andrew, a 52-year-old investor, for a few months. She likes him, but she's cautious. In the past, she's met men who either tried to rush her into a relationship or got impatient when she wasn't immediately ready for commitment. One evening, as they sit by the fireplace, she shares her fears. "I don't like feeling pressured. I need to take things at my own pace." Instead of pushing back or trying to convince her otherwise, Andrew simply smiles and says, "I completely understand. I'm in no rush. Real connections take time." For the first time in a long while, Olivia exhales. There's no pressure, no urgency, just trust. Why this matters? Many younger women are wary of rushed relationships, especially with older men. They've experienced situations where men try to move too fast emotionally or physically, demand immediate commitment, pressure them to fit into their expectations. But when an older man says, "I'm in no rush, real connections take time," he communicates three powerful things. He values the relationship enough to let it grow naturally. He respects her pace and emotional comfort. He is secure enough not to need instant validation. The psychology behind its studies show that slow-building relationships are more likely to last. Why? Because they're based on emotional depth. When you take your time, you build a foundation of trust rather than rushing into surface-level attraction. Mutual understanding. You learn about each other's values, goals, and fears before making commitments. Security and confidence. A man who isn't in a hurry exudes confidence. He doesn't need a quick label to validate his worth. He knows his value. The Stoic perspective on patience in relationships. Stoicism teaches that time reveals everything. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In relationships, this means don't rush, don't force, let things unfold naturally. A wise, emotionally intelligent man understands that what is meant to last will develop in its own time. He doesn't need to manipulate or pressure, he simply allows things to flow. How to show that you're in no rush. Give her space to open up instead of demanding deep conversations early on. Let her share when she feels comfortable. Let the relationship develop organically. No need for ultimatums or pressure. Trust that if it's meant to grow, it will. Avoid setting unnecessary deadlines instead of saying, "Where is this going?" Too soon, focus on enjoying the present moment. Real-life example. Samantha, 26, once dated two older men. The first constantly asked, "Are we exclusive yet?" After just a few weeks, she felt rushed and uncomfortable. The second said, "I really enjoy spending time with you, and I'm happy to see where this goes. No pressure." Guess who she stayed with? The second man, because he gave her the freedom to feel safe, comfortable, and genuinely connected. Final thought. Telling a younger woman, "I'm in no rush, real connections take time," is one of the most attractive things a man can say. It shows emotional intelligence. It builds trust and security. It proves you value substance over speed. And when a woman feels truly seen, heard, and respected, she will naturally gravitate toward the person who gives her that space to grow. That's the power of patience and connection. Number 5, I appreciate you for who you are. Imagine this. Sophia, a 27-year-old writer, has always been drawn to deep conversations and intellectual pursuits. But in past relationships, she often felt like she had to change, talk less, act more carefree, or fit into an image of what someone else expected. Then she meets Daniel, a 50-year-old entrepreneur with a calm, grounded presence. One evening over coffee, she admits, "Sometimes I feel like I'm too much, too passionate, too intense, too different." Daniel looks at her and says, "Sophia, I appreciate you for who you are. You don't have to be anything other than yourself." For the first time, she doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel like she needs to shrink or mold herself to fit someone's expectations. Instead, she feels seen, valued, and accepted. Why this matters? In a world where women are often pressured to look a certain way, act a certain way, or meet unrealistic expectations, being appreciated for who they truly are is rare and deeply meaningful. Many younger women have experienced relationships where they felt judged for their ambitions or personality. They had to tone down their intelligence, energy, or independence. Their partners tried to change them instead of embracing them. But when a man says, "I appreciate you for who you are," he is telling her, she is enough. She doesn't need to perform or pretend. She is valued not just for how she looks, but for who she is at her core. The psychology behind it, the need for authenticity. People crave relationships where they can be their true selves without fear of rejection. Emotional security. A woman who feels accepted feels safe in the relationship. Self-worth reinforcement. When she is appreciated for who she is, her confidence grows. Stoic wisdom on acceptance. Stoicism teaches self-acceptance and the acceptance of others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This means, don't try to control or change others. Appreciate people for who they are, not who you want them to be. A wise man understands that a strong relationship is built on respect, not control. How to show true appreciation? Notice the little things. Acknowledge her quirks, passions, and individuality. Say, "I love how passionate you are about your work," or "Your way of thinking is really unique, and I admire that." Don't try to change her. If she's introverted, don't push her to be more social. If she's ambitious, support her dreams rather than asking her to slow down. Validate her feelings. If she opens up about her struggles, don't dismiss them. Instead say, "I appreciate your honesty, and I'm here to listen." Real-life example. Emma, 25, was dating two men. One constantly told her, "You should be more like this," or "Why don't you dress differently?" The other told her, "I love how you think, how you dress, and how you see the world." The difference was acceptance versus expectation. She naturally felt more comfortable and connected with the second man because he valued her as she was. Final thought. Telling a younger woman, "I appreciate you for who you are," is one of the most powerful ways to create a deep, lasting connection. It shows emotional maturity. It makes her feel safe and understood. It proves you value substance over superficiality. At the end of the day, we all want to be loved, not for who we could be, but for who we truly are.